Well, hello and welcome to this Thursday's movie news. I am John, here to speak about some movie news, about the entertainment industry, about everything that entails, what's happening in terms of trailers, what's happening in terms of movies being made. I'm here to speak about it. And as you can see from the headline, from the thumbnail, I'm here to speak about the next big summer blockbuster, of course, Godzilla v Kong. I don't know if it's even a summer release, but it's going to be a summer blockbuster for over here, because when the theatres open up in the next month or so, this movie will be hitting the theatres over here. I will be going to watch this movie in the theatres. I cannot wait to see a big blockbuster release in the theatres. It's been about 7 months. What a perfect way to break the ice with this. I will not be watching it on Sky or any other shitty streaming service. I will be watching this movie in a theatre with a booming sound system. And why have I been getting excited about a movie which, to be quite frank with you, I didn't really give a shit about a year ago. Wasn't hugely enamoured with the last sort of King of the Titans or whatever it was called. I don't even know the name of it. Godzilla movie. I think I said Clash of the Titans at one point. I got it completely wrong. King of the Monsters, I don't know what it was called, but I wasn't a huge fan of it. Can you tell? It's just a little bit CGI'd out. It's not a little bit disappointing. And ultimately, it just fell flat for me. But this has changed things, because we have got some very exciting early reviews in for Godzilla v Kong. And to be frank, the first trailer was absolute dynamite as well. We got to see these two huge, imposing, historically famous film characters clashing with each other. And it was absolutely epic. Of course, Godzilla getting one of his little things out his back, stole from him by King Kong, and him using it as a sort of shield. That was one of the momentous moments in that first trailer. But look, we're not here to see my thoughts on a movie I've not seen yet. We're here to break down, well, I'm here to break down, whether anyone is here with me is another thing entirely. I am here to break down the initial reviews on this Godzilla v Kong movie. They're coming in from a wide variety of different sources. That looks as though it's cut off. I don't know what's happening there. I'm going to have to quickly try and sort that out before I do anything. It's a shambles, man. Is this even the correct one that I'm using, the correct display capture? Do bear with me if you're watching, and I will sort this out. It's an absolute fucking shambles, as we like to say here in Scotland. That's a little bit better, somewhat better. We can see the reviews now, and it's John Nugent of Empire. He's the first guy to have his name, his review highlighted on screen, man, which is the greater article I'm nicking the content from. And he says this: Godzilla v Kong mostly delivers on its promise of a big monster fighting another big monster. It's simplicity, but it's good simplicity. Look, when you go to the theatres to watch a big blockbuster movie like this, you don't want to be weighed down with too much thematics, too much serious stuff. You just want to see these two big goons battering hell out of each other, and a third big goon in Mechagodzilla maybe throwing a spanner in the works. And I like that trail with Mechagodzilla as well. It just depends whether you're willing to sit through the toe-curlingly bad setup that surrounds it. Well, I can't speak about toe-curlingly, I can't even say the word, toe-curlingly bad setups, because I've not seen the movie, but I'm quite willing to look past bad setups if what we get in the middle and final act is an absolute balls-to-the-wall action flick, but done better than that last one. Jamie Graham of Total Film, watching these famous monsters share the screen for the first time since 1963. Since 1963's plural. King Kong v Godzilla. And a series of expertly choreographed battles packed real wallop, crash, bang, wallop, to quote Alan Partridge. Sounds promising, man. That's what we're here for. We're wanting big choreographed battle sequences. We're wanting that sort of Millie Bobby Brown human scale thing going on underneath too. She has that connection, doesn't she, of course? And the little kid, that strange connection she has with Kong in this movie. We're wanting a balance of things, but in the main we're wanting big choreographed sequences, and it looks as though we're getting it. If you didn't take that from the trailer, then you're an absolute gonk. But if you didn't, you've got it in the review now, then it's definitely in there. Harris Dang from Impulse Gamer, not a movie publication that I've ever heard of, because it's Impulse Gaming. I don't know why they're there, but look, I'll read his opinion anyway. Overall, Godzilla v Kong delivers exactly what it promises on the tin. It is brimming energy and enthusiasm, and it is brazenly gonzo rock'em sock'em monster mash filled with satisfying visual spectacle. Well, you have got some brazen gonzo rock'em sock'em writing style. I like your writing style there. Harris Dang from Impulse Gamer. Sounds promising. Again, it's a visual spectacle. There's some shit getting kicked out of each character, hopefully, and imagine by the end it will be both standing side by side, or they'll walk away and off into the sunset. I don't think we're going to have one victor in this movie. That's absolute bollocks coming from the creator of the movie, that there will be one standing supreme at the end of this. Absolute shite. These two characters will see the end of this movie. They are absolute box office gold. They will not want to lose one of them, be it pride or actual death. Prahlad Sahari from First Post. This is a long one. Wow. If you're going into this movie to watch Godzilla and Kong exchange blows and public property be destroyed in creative ways, you will get your money's worth. That's exactly what I'm going in for. Watching two near 400 feet beasts with little to no concern for collateral damage turn a whole city into a battleground is one of the primal pleasures of CGI tentpoles. It takes you back to being an 8-year-old and making two action figures fight each other for no other reason than why not. Exactly. That's why we go to watch these movies. It brings out the inner child in you. And this movie looks as though it's certainly going to do that. I grew up watching Godzilla from 1998, I think it was. Jamiroquai done his thing, and I was very, very happy with that movie when I was a kid, and I did play with the toys, and it looks as though this is going to bring my inner child out. I'm not going to go through all of these because some of them are quite frankly shite publications and I don't respect their opinion, but I'll go up and I'll read the Indian Express one, because why not, because I do love India. This Monsterverse movie would probably look spectacular wherever you watch it. It's absolutely dazzles on the big screen with an epic monster-on-monster action and thunderous, almost deafening sound effects. Again, that is what we want. We want huge booming soundscapes. We want amazing visuals. We want these two creatures killing each other. Wow, such an... We've got a comment here. Wow, I can't see it. What is going on with my screen? What the fuck is going on here? I don't know what's happening, but I'll try and read that comment in a moment. My screen has just went absolutely mental. And I mean crazy. Streamlabs, get your shit together. Wow, such an excellent movie with a good story line in it. Battle of Two Legendary Monsters are truly amazing and treat to watch. I've booked for 5 shows already. Box office movie here in India. Exactly. I don't think I'll be going to watch it 5 times, but I will certainly be going to watch this movie in the theatres. That's where it belongs. This movie deserves to be watched on the biggest screen with a big sound system. It doesn't belong on a small TV in your house. They're trying to feed this movie into streaming services. I think it's already out over in China or something, or in Japan, or in Asia somewhere. Someone has got their hands on this, but that's why we're getting early reactions from non-critical places and actual critique publications like this. So it looks as though it's overwhelmingly positive for this movie. It looks as though it's better than the middle movie, because I'm counting that Godzilla Bryan Cranston movie from a few years back as the first. This is a trilogy of movies starring this Godzilla character. This one looks as though it's back to form. I liked the Cranston movie. Didn't like the middle movie. Wasn't bad, but it wasn't great either. This looks as though it's going to be much better, and I'm very, very excited for it. Yes, I watched it in IMAX movie theatres. You've watched it already? Is it out? When does this movie come out? I'm actually not sure. I know with the actual initial reactions coming out, it must be very soon. I know it's hitting HBO Max. I know it's out somewhere already. Is it out in India? Have you seen it? What is your thoughts? Do you think it is pretty damn good? Is it worth going to see in a theatre? I'd be interested in hearing your response. Sadly, over here, we do not have the theatres opened. They will not be opened until a month or so down the road, so we will have to wait a while. But I'd be interested in hearing your response. This is a movie made for IMAX. I'm jealous of you if you've been to see this in IMAX, man. Can't wait to get into IMAX again. It's been a long time. But wait, man, I'm going to move on to the next topic here. It got released in March 24th here in India. That's crazy. I'm actually going to search up when this movie hits over here, if you do bear with me. Godzilla v Kong. When does it come out in the UK? UK release. I'm very intrigued. It comes out on 26th of March. Comes out today. It comes out today. And then I presume it will be streaming services because the theatre chains are not open. So I'm not interested in watching it in a premium sort of download basis, VOD. I don't want to see it on a streaming service. We sadly are not lucky like you to have theatres still open. So I'm going to have to wait a good bit to see this movie. But it'll be worth the wait. And I'm glad to see that at least some people are getting to watch it in a theatre. Although I'm jealous of you, as I did say. But look, man, moving on swiftly. I'm excited for that movie, and I'm jealous to see people already get to see it. I'm a bit raging with that. But look, man, movie that everyone will hopefully get to see at some point in the near future is Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, and of course, Captain Marvel 2, the future of the MCU, is in a bit of disarray at the moment with the delaying of Black Widow, Shang-Chi, potentially Eternals. That may get the kick down the road as well, the can that is. There's been lots of delaying, lots of shuffling, and how that is going to impact the future releases is still remaining to be seen. We know we're getting Multiverse of Madness next year. Well, we know now that Ant-Man 2, aka Quantumania, is going to be starting filming later on in May this year, May 31st to be precise, and bizarrely, also going to be getting Captain Marvel 2 starting filming on the very same day. Now, I don't know if that suggests there's linked stories in there, but very intriguing nonetheless that these two movies are going to be starting filming. We've got lots of things in production, lots of things in post-production relating to Marvel, I should say, if I can get my tongue and teeth around it, be it TV or movies. And they're all getting pushed back, and that only means good things for fans like us, because it means that at some point in the next year or so, there's going to be so much content to get out that's going to be like once a month, and I cannot wait for that moment to happen. It cannot come soon enough, and I hope it is next year, to be quite frank, because we're already getting 4 movies out this year, so how many are we going to get out next year? But I digress, man. It's coming in from CBR, as you can see here, according to the Film and Television Industry Alliance. I don't know who they are. I presume they have got good sources verifying this information. The 2 Marvel Studios sequels are both set to start filming on May 31st. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania will shoot in London and Atlanta, and Captain Marvel 2 will be in production in London and Los Angeles. While Quantumania is scheduled to wrap filming on September 24th, Captain Marvel has no listed end date. September 24th, starting in May, that's quite a long production. I know we've got COVID, they have to have regulations and all this shit in place to protect the actors, the crew. That's a long production, man. I mean, what is that? I try to work that out in June, July, August, September. That's 4 months. This is going to be a big movie, though. We know we're getting Kang the Conqueror. Jonathan Majors is in there. This could be setting up a potential Titanic character coming into the MCU for Phase 4 and beyond, and I'm looking forward to seeing that character. Time Traveller, bit of a show, man. Going to be popping up through the quantum realm, which is absolutely clear, with Ant-Man setting this character up. This is going to be a big movie. I says it before, I'm so glad to see Scott Lang, the great Paul Rudd, finally getting his dues. This character finally getting a good movie, which has relevancy in the MCU out with Ant-Man's little compartmentalised stories. And what I mean by that is setting up a huge character like Kang the Conqueror. It's going to have ramifications for the greater universe. He's no longer a joke figure. He's no longer the butt of the box office jokes as well. $500-600 million grossing. If this movie is set up, the first trailer hits, we know we're getting Kang the Conqueror. This could be a $1 billion grossing movie. Post-COVID, God willing, we have people back in confidence in the theatres. This movie could be the biggest grossing Ant-Man movie to date. It could be the biggest in terms of story, in terms of scale. Traditionally, Ant-Man has been a smaller scale human conflict. We've seen it after Endgame. He went right, was it Endgame? Was it Infinity War? It was Infinity War, wasn't it? He went right in to the obviously just the ghost thing, the Walton Goggins character, the Jimmy Woo character. It was a more street level scale movie, and that was absolutely fine. But it looks as though we're finally going to be delving into the quantum realm. We're going to have Hank Pym back, we're going to have Hope Van Dyne, we're going to have Janet Van Dyne, we're going to have Scott Lang, Jonathan Majors, all big name actors, all big characters. So excited for it. Captain Marvel as well, starting filming the same day. I'm excited for Captain Marvel 2 as well. From what I've heard about it, it looks as though it's going to be a big ensemble release with lots of different characters popping in. We know we're going to get Monica Rambeau now because she's been set up in the end credit scenes of WandaVision. She's got a friend, a contact from space, wanting to get in contact with her. It's got to be Captain Marvel. It has to be. We know she was in as a younger version in Captain Marvel, the original. Obviously, Captain Marvel is going to be a potential breeding ground for other characters making their MCU film debut. Maybe Miss Marvel coming in too. There was talk of a huge female ensemble release. It's sort of like a Civil War mini Avengers movie. And I think that's necessary for this Captain Marvel 2 movie, because Brie Larson, whether you like her or loathe her, can't deny her acting credentials, but she has rubbed some of the fan base up the wrong way. So I think it would be wrong to release that movie with just her front and centre. I think she needs some help to maybe goad some of the people in, dangle a carrot for some of the people who don't like Brie Larson into those theatres. What better way to do that with Monica Rambeau, Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel, all of these female characters and other characters hopefully in an ensemble release. I've said it before, Spider-Man 3, supremely excited. I think it will be the Civil War of Spider-Man's trilogy of movies, or beyond, and maybe more than 3. I think this is the same for Captain Marvel. It's a big ensemble mini Avengers movie, and it's starting filming in 2 months. So I'm supremely excited for the future of the MCU. And as a connected thing, there is a secret movie set to be releasing in 2022, just next year, coming from Marvel. I spoke about this before in the past, and they're sort of trying to do their sleuth work, their Sherlock Holmes, and deduce which movie they think it could be. Deadpool 3, highly unlikely. That movie would have to start production within the next 6 months. Even then, it'd be tight to get it out late 2022, post and stuff like that, promoting it, before it getting lost in the sort of crowd. And that would never happen with Ryan Reynolds and the melt with a mouth anyway. But it's not going to be Deadpool 3. Not a chance. That is not going to happen. They suggest Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Potentially. It could be. That is definitely one it could be, and I'd love to see that movie. I'm looking forward to seeing, hopefully, Thor being part of the Asgardians of the Galaxy, and just continuing these great ensemble characters, these misfits, having a common purpose, and sort of using themselves as, therapy sessions to make themselves whole again. I want to see a Rocket standalone movie. Even when I speak about therapy sessions and Guardians, I think of Rocket and how dysfunctional he is, and that backstory, it's just begging to be unearthed, like a Logan, aka Wolverine. I want to see that. Fantastic Four, not a chance will it be Fantastic Four. It's way too early for that. We've not even had a hint of casting for Fantastic Four. I still hope John Krasinski and Emily Blunt are in there. I would like to see. Who was it was getting linked to as the Flame guy? Who was it was getting linked again? There was someone getting linked, and I cannot think of the name of the actor, but I've got some names that I'd like to see, but it's miles away. Fantastic Four is not going to happen. This right here is the one that I think it will be, though. Blade. This is the Mystery 2022 release. It just seems to fit. We're getting into witchcraft with WandaVision, but introducing the Agatha Harkness characters of the world, getting into that more paranormal aspect of the MCU. Setting those characters up, witchcraft, we see the Salem witch trials. What better way, with their links to maybe the vampire side of things, paranormal, than to bring in Blade? And we know we're already getting Morbius over on Sony. We know it's Jared Leto, he's an Oscar-winning actor. He should be coming into this movie, he should be crossing universes, it should be Blade getting after Morbius, and it should be next year. The timing's perfect, we've set it up, the witches, the Scarlet Witch, get Blade in there, get him in there next year. Get Mahershala into the MCU. I cannot wait to see a Blade movie, PG-13 or not. Cannot wait to see it. Either that or Guardians of the Galaxy for me. They are the two that I think is the Mystery 2022 release. But that aside, Captain Marvel, man, too. It's coming shortly. It's starting filming in May. Same with Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. Good news to me. Like to see these movies hitting production. It means we're one step closer to seeing a trailer, one step closer to seeing the movie itself, one step closer to getting into this new saga. And as an MCU fan, that's happy days for me indeed. But look, moving on to the third topic. It's all about J.J. Abrams, and it's all about Superman. It's all about the DCEU. Will it or won't it be Henry Cavill? We know that Zack is now away from the DCEU. It's all over for him. We've had the Anne, whatever her name is, coming out from Warner Media and poo-pooing his future with the DCEU, with DC in general, with Warner Brothers. We know he's got a contract, a lucrative one at that, over at Netflix. And he's just moving on to a new era of filmmaking, and I'm happy for Zack. But that doesn't mean that the character of Superman in Henry Cavill's incarnation is dead, done. Just because Zack's done doesn't mean the characters are done. I've got a comment, not fussed with CM2. I'm not fussed either, but look, man, if they make, as I did say, they need to make it an ensemble release. They can't just have Brie Larson's character in there on a lonesome. If they make it an ensemble release akin to Civil War, then I would be well up for going and watching it then, because you'd be seeing Miss Marvel, you'd be seeing Monica Rambeau again, aka, what's she called, blanking on her name, Christ, the character, the superhero name, can't think of it. It's something like, I can't think of it, I'm not even going to try and think of it. She's a cool character, go and see it for that. Looking forward to seeing Ant-Man 3, I am as well. I think it's going to be a huge release. We're getting Kang in there, finally giving this character his dues. Finally giving them a serious story with some stakes that's not human scale. It's not Jimmy Woo haunting them. It's not Walton Goggins trying to steal a briefcase. It's not some fucking goth character that's white having some emotional moments and falling apart. It's some proper scale. Kang the Conqueror, Ant-Man. Hope Van Dyne, Janet Van Dyne, Hank Pym. Finally, man. He deserves it. Paul Rudd's a great guy. I want to see that guy getting everything, all the success in the world. I love him. And I've loved him since Friends. He's just a cool dude. I've not seen him in a bad thing. And I just wish him all the luck in the world. But look, man, this is coming in from Movie Web. I don't know where this is coming from. It's, where is it coming from? It's coming from somewhere. Superman Reboot, I think it is. No, it's not I don't know who's leaking this. Who's gave us this quote? I don't know, but I'm going to read it anyway. That's for sure. The part I was excited for was that Kal-El is not the last son of Krypton. There are others, and that has been a goal for Warner Bros. To include more representation in the characters. Absolutely. There's been a lot of people suggesting if they reboot Superman that he has to be white. Absolute pish. Couldn't be. The more bollocks if you tried. That character could be black. He's an alien. He takes on the form of a human. A white male. It could be any fucking skin colour on the planet. It doesn't have to be white. I've seen Campea speaking about it. I've seen Burnett speaking about it, and they both said the same thing. Nailed on. If we're going to see other similar, whatever they are, I don't know what Kal-El is. What is the alien? What is their species called? I don't know. But if we see other ones that aren't Kal-El, then absolutely. I wouldn't mind seeing black, Asian, anything, man. Little white, pasty Scotsman. And by all means, if we're going to reboot it and not go with Cavill, give us Michael B. Jordan as Superman, absolutely. But look, man, that's enough swear words, and that's enough for that little tangent. As it was pitched, this character will exist in the same universe as the likes of Wonder Woman and Aquaman. Won't be a one-off like Joker or the Batman. Heard nothing about Clark Kent being involved in the quotes Abrams pitch, but Cavill's Superman would be the inspiration for other Kryptonians engaging the world. Whether that's Superman is Cavill or not, I have no clue. The only thing I heard was that Cavill was in negotiations last spring. Of course, that was way before this new Superman film was pitched, so I don't know what role his Superman would have played. Well, if it was me, it would be a huge role he would be playing. This guy's unfinished business with the character. He's got huge potential. He's a big towering 6'2" guy, whatever he is. Huge physique, jacked to hell, great guy off the screen, and a great actor too. He is tailor-made for this character. He's had 2 pops at it, well, 2.5, 3, well, 2.5, Justice League. And he deserves more, man. He could have been better than Christopher Reeve. Absolutely, I'm certain of it. He's never had the chance to get back in. It doesn't have to be Man of Steel 2. It doesn't have to be dark and grimy. They can do a lighter area. Sort of, I don't know, Christopher Reeve-esque Superman. And they can still have Henry Cavill in there, absolutely. Go to get JJ to fuck fed up with his rebooting shite. Well, you're not wrong, man. He has a penchant for rebooting. And obviously not finishing, not sticking the landing. We've seen that with Star Wars, and we also seen it with Star Trek. He buggered off in Star Trek and left it to poor old Simon Pegg to sort of pick up and hold the baby. Get another comment here from Deepik Raj. Sure, I'll have a look at all your social media stuff. Thank you for sharing, brother. That wasn't me shared. I'm not in control of that. I am far too focused on the actual show and trying not to make a complete tit of myself while I'm live here. So that's not me. That'll be Stephen in the chat doing his social media sharing thing. But yeah, J.J. Abrams Superman reboot. I'm kind of looking forward to it. I'm kind of not. There's a bit of trepidation in there because I just want to see Henry Cavill continuing with this character. And to be quite frank, I have doubts that he will be continuing with the character if J.J. does indeed come in and reboot it. It wouldn't be a reboot if it was the same actor playing it. It could be, though. It could be a different direction. If it's within the DCEU, you would think they would have to use Cavill. I ain't convinced it's within the DCEU. I don't know the credentials of this quote, of the publication that posted the quote. I do not think that we are going to be continuing this DCEU story, aside from Flash and things like that. They've said before, Superman needs momentum, apparently. DC Warner Brothers think Superman needs momentum, so it's not going to be Henry Cavill's Clark Kent for me, and that's a sad day. I think it'll be a new one. And I'm all for Michael B. Jordan, man, if that's the case. I love that guy. I want to see him playing Superman, just to see it ruffle all the feathers of all those little closet racist bitches out there. Just like your woman who played Doctor Who, ruffled all the feathers of the closet, I was about to say fascist, sexist bitches out there. So yeah, I'm well up for that. Obviously the heightest bitches out there when Daniel Craig get Bond. But look, moving on, man, to the fourth topic. Pierce Brosnan, speaking about Bond, James Bond. Well, it's not James Bond. Pierce is much older now. I can't believe how old he is. I searched him up, and my God, he is old now. He's got more lines in his face than a roadmap. He's got incredibly grey hair, but sporting a tremendous beard game. And that aside, Pierce is now going to be joining the incredibly bloated Black Adam movie. Of course, Dwayne Johnson's first foray into the superhero world as a sort of dark Shazam, a fallen hero, a champion if you'd like. And I'm looking forward to this movie, man. I was looking forward to it with Dwayne just in there. I was looking forward to it with some of the additions to the cast. Just the first little concept art storyboard and trailer we got with this origin story, the way it was expanding out the history of these people, of that Black Adam, and the way it all was weaving into the future or the current day. I was excited for that concept. You look at the cast, man, they say there, Noah Centineo, great actor. You've got Aldous Hodge. We've got some great choices in there, and Joe Michalet Serra's in there as well in the director's chair doing it. So we've got a great casting crew, and what better way to bolster that than bringing in Pierce Brosnan. There he is. And I don't know when that was from, but he has a beard now, and he looks better for it. I've yet to see a guy that doesn't look better with a beard, incidentally, unless I've got, I don't know, tiny little thin shitey beard. But I digress. He's in to play Dr. Fate. I searched Dr. Fate up. This character's very, very cool, man. He's got a helmet. He looks tremendous. By all accounts, he's got some sort of energy power. I don't know enough about the character. I'm completely in the dark when it comes to comic book lore outside of the main characters. As we've said before, time and again, we are comic book movie fans, not so much comic book, because I'm completely terrified of how many comics there is. But the character looks tailor-made for Pierce Brosnan. It's around about that age range. And I'm just really looking forward to seeing how he's going to fit into this story, man. How they're going to do this for Dwayne, because Dwayne is Black Adam's. He's not an out-and-out villain. This character's a sort of anti-hero. He has heroic tendencies. He flip-flops in the actual comics. He's not an out-and-out bad guy. And I want to see that get told in this story. I kind of want him to be a permanent figure alongside Shazam. I want to see them clash and maybe Shazam 3. But not necessarily Black Adam dying. I want him to continue on. So I'm excited for this, and I'm excited to see Pierce Brosnan popping up in this movie. It was unexpected. We get Helen Mirren yesterday, and of course and I'm blanking on what movie she actually joined yesterday. What movie was it Helen Mirren joined? Jesus Christ, she joined as the daughter of Atlas. What movie was it Helen Mirren joined? Stephen, if you're in the chat, can you help me out? What movie was it Helen Mirren joined? I'm completely blank. But Helen Mirren joined a movie yesterday. She's 75. I said she was way too old. I'm completely contradicting myself. She's not too old. Just too old to play a villain in a superhero movie. And now we've got Pierce Brosnan in there as well, playing a potential villain in another superhero movie. And it's another channel says it's always nice when you up the class factor in terms of acting. And if there's one thing these people have got, if it isn't youth, it is amazing acting chops. So I'm excited for it. And I'm moving on from it, and I'm going to try and find out what fucking film it was Helen Mirren joined. Why am I blank on it? Absolutely terrible, man. Terrible. I can't remember. My mind just went blank. This is what live shows do to you. You're on edge, and you don't really think too deep. Your tongue's 20 seconds ahead of your brain, and you just hope you can wing it to the end. I can't imagine how a person like Campea does it with 3,000 people watching them live. I'm going to find out just now, because it's going to haunt me if I don't. No, it's not Marvel's Shang-Chi. I don't know what movie it is. It's Helen Mirren. Shazam, it's fucking Shazam. It links in. There you go. Pierce Brosnan's joining Black Adam. Helen Mirren's joining Shazam. They can maybe have a little, I don't know, housewarming party. Welcome them both into the DC side of things. I blanked on it. Maybe early onset, I don't know. But look, man, finishing this up, it's not that. That is not the topic I'm going to be speaking about. I was going to speak about that topic, but I ditched that topic because, to be quite frank with you, I do not know enough about Ghost of Tsushima. I've seen some people playing it on Twitch. It looked a very good game. It looked like a perfect sort of Asian sort of history kind of setting, historical setting. That was the word I'm looking for. It had elements of drama in there. It had sort of Dark Souls vibe to it, the game. And I thought watching the game and the gameplay that it would translate really, really well over to movies. And if it was adapted, it could be something that was really special. Looks like they're going to be doing that. They're going to be adapting that movie to a game. It's in the works, and it's a John Wick sort of a creator who's helming this adaptation. So we know it's going to be balls to the wall action, slick as hell. And if they cast right, that could be something truly special, man. That could be another Renaissance sort of era. Another Renaissance title in the Renaissance of video game movies. But look, I moved on to the final topic. I've not even got a graphic for it because I changed it at the last minute. Decided to put this in. I was going to speak about Sebastian Stan potentially playing Luke Skywalker, how he was excited, but he had to seek Mark Hamill's approval first. Well, you don't. Just fucking do it, Sebastian, because I want to see Luke Skywalker young in his prime, and you're the only guy who can play it. You look like him. Get in there, man, and get it done. I don't want to hear shite about Mark Hamill. Mark will be happy about it. He's past his prime now with that character. But look, man, finally, topic I'm speaking about is this. It's this, man. Suicide Squad 2 Red Band trailer coming tomorrow, confirms James Gunn. I can't tell you how excited I am to see this. We've had a sort of character introduction trailer, and it was dynamite. We had these little amazing graphic things. We've seen Weasel, which is being played by his brother. And it was a great little introductory teaser for this movie. We've seen how colourful and wacky the characters were. We know that it's coming out and it's going to be dynamite, this movie, but I want to see that reflected in the trailer. I don't just want to rely on my trust in James Gunn and my trust in his brilliance and my trust in the amazing cast that are involved in this, including Glasgow's very own Peter Capaldi. I want this confirmed to me in a trailer, and we're getting it tomorrow, man. We got a quote from James Gunn there. It's there tomorrow. Trailer. See you there. The Suicide Squad. It's Red Band. It's going to be absolutely incredible. Me and Stephen will absolutely be reacting to that. I cannot wait to see it. I cannot wait to see this movie, man. But I just cannot wait to see this little snippet into the movie, the trailer. That's part of the game, man. It's the promotion of movies, the trailers. You can either make or break a movie. This will fucking make it. And what? This show should be Red Band. I've swore that much tonight. But look, that's going to round up the show. What's your thoughts on the array of topics I touched upon? What did you make about those early Godzilla v Kong reactions? Reviews coming in, I should say. Looking very positive. Bumming up the action sequences, the cinematography, the choreography. This battle between these two titanic figures looks like it's a very good movie, man, and I'm hell of a hyped to see it. It's out today over here, but I'm not watching it on a streaming service they can get to. What's your thoughts on Ant-Man and the Wasp and Captain Marvel 2 starting shooting on May 31st as well? Maybe you can comment down below about that. What do you make about J.J. Abrams potentially bringing Henry Cavill back? Will it happen? Will it won't happen? Will it be in the DCEU? Finally, what do you make about Black Adam casting Pierce Brosnan and the Suicide Squad 2 getting a Red Band trailer tomorrow? If you're watching this tomorrow, it will be old news, but if you've watched it at some point before it drops, what's your thoughts on it? Is it something you want to see? Are you excited about it? You can comment down below if you've got anything to say. That's what I'm saying. It was long and drawn out. I shouldn't go through every fucking topic. What is your thoughts in general? You can also like the video, subscribe to the channel on YouTube, hit the follow button on Twitch if you want to see more content like this in the future, and you will duly get it if you do. But look, guys, I am done. The voice is going. It's very late here. It is going on for 12:30 AM here. Bye-bye.